Hi everybody, it's Martin at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm continuing with the deer hair primer, and I'm going to look at, in this video, just spinning hair. Right, it's sort of the first, if you're going to tie a bass bug or any type of hair bug or anything, even muddlers, spinning is the first thing that you need to practice and get right before you move on to stacking. So I've already basically tied the back end of a bass bug. Right, I've got the rubber legs, a couple of hackles, and a hackle wound in front just to sort of smooth out the transition. Some yellow deer hair, some red deer hair, a wee comb, hair stacker for the collar. So first things first, I want quite a good collar, so I'm going to take a big bunch of yellow. Get that in the stacker. Maybe just a wee bit more. Just knock the stacker to even up the tips. Just take away any crap. You can see there I've got a nice sort of fairly even bunch. The length of the collar's sort of up to you, but I want my collar just to creep back over these hackle fibres but not be quite as long as them. So I'll get my measure, hold that nice and tight, and I'll pre-trim it to length. Because I don't want these butts going really long. I want them to basically lose these. So two loose wraps, right, full wraps, so don't count your first one. And I'm not pinching down at all, that can move very freely. Then all I'm going to do is pull the thread and work it around, and then you can help it a wee bit if you need to. Tighten into and wind through these butt pieces, tightening as you go, and that gives you quite a nice neat little collar. I'm just going to trim these butt pieces even tighter. This helps later when you're trimming to help you keep the separation between these butt ends, between your collar and your spun head. So again, I'll just take another few wraps through that just to secure everything in place. And that's the collar. Now to move on to the bug itself. This is quite, this overall bug's only got about 2.5 inches long, it's quite small. It's on a mustard singer hook. And I'm just going to take another clump, same yellow deer hair, comb out any underfur that might be there. And then I'll offer this up with the butt ends, so the cut ends pointing back, and it's just basically doing the same thing again. Two loose turns, and then just pull your thread tight, work it around, and the hair will move The hair will do that, it will spin naturally on its own. A lot of people are kind of worried about deer hair and they think it's difficult, but as long as you take those two or three, 2.5 turns of thread, keep them really loose, then just tighten up as you wind, you will get that spun effect quite easily. So that's my first tie in for the body. Right, come in, grip it quite tightly behind, take my hair pack up and push it back hard as you can. Get your thread in front, try not to trap any hairs. A few locking turns, and then I'll just come in, and we just repeat the process until we fill the bug as we want it to be filled. Same again. I like to always put the butts facing back because it just lets you have that bit of control when you're trimming. You don't have so many of the tapered ends going back that you could confuse with your collar while trimming. So same thing again, I've taken 2 or 3 loose wraps. Just got to chase it with my thread as I tighten. Just keep going, just keep pulling tight. And then when it catches, there you go. Come in with my fingers for that first pack there. Just run your thread through. Put plenty of tension in your thread. As long as you keep your thread tight, the hair cannot fall off the hook or anything. Get your thread in front. Pack that as much as I can with my finger. It's fairly well packed, but I'm going to come in with my tool again just to make sure. And you can see there I'm really getting that back a good, and that was the eye, I've packed that back a good 1/8 of an inch. You can really pressurise it. And I think I've got space for just one more, so I'll switch to the red just for the face. Same again. This is lovely deer hair. This hardly need to clean it. Comb out the underfur. Offer it in. Cut ends facing back. Your 2 or 3 wraps. Keep your thread tight. Spin it, winding it through. And get a wee push just so you can bring your thread forward. And that's basically it. That's how you spin deer hair. Now, just packing that a bit more. I'm going to build up my threading head in the front, because once I've trimmed this, I will I'll be putting a weed guard on, so I don't need to have my deer hair right up to the eye. Now, a wee tip for when you're finishing your tying, it can be quite tricky to tie a whip finish or even a half hitch without catching the hair. What I like to do is I'll get some super glue and I'll pull my thread out directly in front of the eye, so I don't touch any hair with the super glue. I just wipe some on about an inch of thread, then I'll just grab any hair, sweep it back, and just wrap that super glue. I can come in and trim away my thread, and that is it. So at this stage the bug's tied, it's well packed, the tail's still all in order, it just needs to be trimmed. But we'll look at that in another video. Alright, so hope that was useful, hope that helped you. I hope that sort of simplified or demystified any of the issues with spinning their hair, something that people do often find a bit tricky, but really it's quite simple. So thanks for watching, hope it was useful. Tight lines guys, bye.